Hey, how you doing today? This is a document of Michael Williams. Michael Williams was born in 1969. He was a twin. He came out as a boy and he had a sister. She was the twin. Michael grew up without a father and he had to learn things on his own. At the age 5, Michael wanted to work. So Michael started working with his aunt at our store, cleaning up the store at age 6. And then at age 9, Michael got a second job, being a paper boy, delivering papers to the paper racks and paper stores to the store owners. And he had two incomes, making $36 a week. And that was good for a young boy going to elementary school. He always had money in his pocket. Michael always been a hustler. Like I said, as a young child, he always been a hustler. Michael grew up and he got into boxing. He started boxing at the age 15. He met a young man. He was running down the street and he told Michael, "Yes, I'm a boxer." And Michael was interested. So Michael asked him, could he run with him? So he would run with him in the evening and work in the morning and then get up early in the morning and go to school. He did this for the longest time until he just didn't feel school anymore. So Michael dropped out at age 16. And that was one of the worst things he could have ever done, was drop out of school. But Michael's mother allowed him to do that. And like I said, that was one of the worst decisions that he ever made. He should have continued his education, but he didn't. But he always had that hustle mind attitude. Michael worked hard. Then he got to the age of 18. Michael started working as a subcontractor for some paper company. And Michael was doing good. Michael was doing $35,000 a year. And that was good money for a young guy that's living with his mother. You know, he's making $35,000 a year living with his mom. And that was good. And he was, like I said, Michael was always a hard worker, always trying to think to make different moves. And he got with a young lady, had a baby at the age 23. And Michael decided to go into truck driving, learn how to get his CDL. How to get his CDL. And he started, he seen other guys that was owner operators in the trucking field. And that's where guys was making $100,000 a year being an owner operator. And Michael wanted to do that also, but he had to learn the trade. He worked as a company driver from 1995 to 2000. That's when he bought his first truck. He asked his mother for a loan so he can buy his first truck. His mother turned him down. But Michael said he was going to do everything in his power to generate the money to buy a truck. And that's what he did. He worked hard. He worked 2 jobs. He saved the money up. He went over, he saw a truck in the paper. And he went over to make the deal with the guy. Mike only had $100 in his pocket. And the guy wanted $4,000 for the truck. Michael gave the guy $100 and made the deal. And the way he made the deal, he said, hey, I'll pay you every week until the truck's paid off. If I miss any payments, you can keep it all in the truck. And that's the deal he made. And if you think about it, that was a deal that he couldn't win. If he stopped paying, the guy could take everything. But Michael knew that he could do that and he could win. That's why Michael did it. He said he knew he wasn't going to fail at this. So Michael started working 2 jobs, saved the money, bought the truck. Now Michael became an owner-operator in 2000. He didn't even know the business, but Michael learned the business. He had paid for a truck, so he had all the opportunities in the world to fail, but he owned the truck. He can always bounce back. He can make all the mistakes in the world because he still owned the truck. He didn't have no payments. So Michael worked hard, and he was still living with his mom, making $100,000 a year. Living with his mom, he's making a killing, paying his mother $100 a week, and he didn't know. He didn't have anybody to really teach him about business. So the money that he was earning, he didn't know what to do with it. He was just like a person that get into the football game or basketball game. You're generating a lot of money, but you don't know what to do with it. You got to get somebody in your corner that's smart to mentor you, so you can make the best business decisions and learn how to become a business person. And Michael made a lot of mistakes. He got sick in 2004 with diabetes, and he didn't know what to do. So he bought a truck for $60,000 at that time, and he had to give it back. After having the truck for 2 years, paid $30,000 on the truck. They had to give it back because he got sick and he didn't know what to do. And he didn't know if he's going to get better or get worse. And, having diabetes was just like him running a marathon with a broken leg. He didn't know what to do. He had to learn how to recover and learn how to run with that broken leg. And Michael bounced back. A year later, Michael lost everything. And the way he got everything back, he moved out of his apartment, stayed in his car, worked 2 jobs, saved his money, and bought another truck. And he was doing good. And then his ex-wife, person he took care of when he was, when he was younger, she got jealous. She wanted some of that money. And they got divorced and she got married again. But she still wanted the money he had. She wanted money. And so Michael gave up his trucking company. He gave it up. It was something that he didn't want to do, but he did. And that was the worstest thing he ever did in his life. He regretted, but he gave it up. And he got into buying auto parts selling auto parts, and what made him go to prison from that, he started buying stolen cars, and that was his big downfall, buying stolen cars and getting in business with the wrong people. And he got locked up in 2010, stayed in prison from 2010 to 2014. He got out and he was on parole. And Michael went back into trucking, but the parole agent didn't want him in the trucking because what parole agent want him making more money than him? So there was a lot of jealousy. But Michael knew how to get into trucking. That's where he made his money. So he had to get out of that business because the parole agent was jealous of him. So he started working a regular job. And he had to stay on parole for 9 years. And the way Michael came back from that and to get back into trucking, he got hurt on the job and from workman's comp. Got some nice money from workman's comp, and that's how he got back into trucking. And Michael was determined to work hard at 53 to make $1 million. That was his goal, to make $1 million and to do all the things that he wanted to do in the business and other businesses, but do everything right. This is Michael Williams documentary. I'll check you out next time.